What's up, guys? This time I'm going to do something a little bit different. But before we get into today's topic and video, smash that like button. Leave a comment down below at the end of the video of what you liked and what you didn't like. And also make sure you guys turn on all notifications and subscribe as well if you haven't. It's for free. Only thing you're doing is just building the community more and helping the channel get better. Share the videos with your friends so that they can see the videos, they can get a laugh, and they can also enjoy what comes out and everything. My purpose is to get back to the community as a whole. Warning and disclaimer: if you do not want to be spoiled by the video that we're covering, which is going to be Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage, you need to click off now. You have 3 seconds to click off the video. I'll even give it 5 because sometimes the thing might be a little bit laggy. Alright, that probably does it for everyone that doesn't want to be spoiled by Let There Be Carnage. Without further ado, let there be carnage. Let's get it. So, if you guys have watched Venom 1, you know how big of a Spider-Man fan I am as it is. I'm a big Marvel and geek person as it is as a whole. What I thought was pretty cool about Venom 2 was that it picks right up after the events of Venom 1. At the end of Venom 1, before we go to Venom 2, Venom 1, at the end of it, after Venom supposedly died, after he fought Riot, which is another symbiote. If you guys want in-depth lore of the symbiote race and everything, I got you. I can cover that because that's also what I specialize in, as well as Marvel, and it's pretty dope. But Riot gets defeated, including like Venom supposedly sacrifices himself at the end of Venom 1 when Riot goes into a shield or goes into the metal spacecraft and gets shot up into the atmosphere because he wanted to go and take off and everything, and the rocket, and then it gets rigged, it explodes, Venom catches on fire, and if you guys don't know, fire, sound are their weaknesses, their main weaknesses. And falls to the ground, but what it did is that it paved it to where they killed off Venom. I'm not gonna lie, at the end of Venom 1, I was like, no, you can't do that to my homeboy. How are we gonna be like, we are Venom? We can do whatever we want. You know, it's not the greatest Venom impression, but still, I was super hyped. Towards the end of it, I want to say that only thing I saw was Eddie and Venom still talking, and then his ex-fiance, I'm not gonna lie, she was dope in certain areas, but at the same time, though, I just had like some animosity towards, like, man, he's a good guy, man, you just left him for a doctor that has a higher pay grade. Okay, you do you. But I know anyone who gets a film is gonna be lucky to have him. But yeah, that being said, and the like Oscar, when him and her talk, she's like, Eddie, is there something you're not telling me? He's like, oh, I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. Yeah, it was nice seeing you. And he walks off, and you see your cameo, Stan Lee. Shout and rest in peace to the great mythical legend Stan Lee. He also helped shape my childhood and everything with his Marvel content. I've been a Marvel fan since I was a kid. Like, it's been a part of me. Same thing being a fan of Spider-Man and Venom as well. But with Venom 2, what it does is that it showcases Eddie Brock and everything, and Venom. They're doing their thing, and they They get a call from his ex, and he goes and he meets her at a restaurant. And from there, she pulls out her hand like this, and wanted to tell him in person that I think, from what I saw, was engagement. That's what I was getting the vibes of. It wasn't too quite clear in the movie if it was like if they were married or if it was an engagement. I'm just assuming it was engagement because she probably would have told him about the other stuff. But the heartbreak that I felt for when that happened, you hear them like, "No, that was supposed to be us. We were supposed to be there. That's a stupid Dave." he did not like David. He despised him, and I was just like, "This is comical." And then Eddie sort of fell apart even more. He just knew that there was no going back from that, and he really loved her. He still does. He cares about her and everything deeply. And he told her congratulations. He walks out and everything. And he gets on his bike and everything. He wanted to end it all. He wanted to die because he felt as though the one light in his world was gone, and that hurt him more than anything. And then Venom, he took the lashing out and everything, which I thought was pretty dope as a friend. He was kind of like how Naruto and Kurama were. He was kind of like that, and I respect that. I thought it was pretty cool. He got on the bike. Venom saves him from crashing into something else, and then throughout the movie, they have some fights and everything. But before they get to their main fight, they go and visit Cletus Cassidy. Let there be carnage. Before he gets the symbiote and everything, he tells Eddie Brock his like story and everything, and tells him a haiku. And Eddie records it and everything. And basically, what happens, and oh my god, before the detective like comes in and talks to him and everything's like, "Did you get anything?" He's like, "No, I don't know this yet." And then Venom's over trying to piece it all together and everything. He's like, "Focus, look at this." Takes like some of his like self and puts on the thing and tries to illustrate it. And then it finally clicks what was going on, where the bodies were at, and Eddie Brock, of course, left out some things that I feel so weren't fully fleshed out in the movie, where you had Cletus telling his backstory all the way. He just gave like brief mentions and everything, but he didn't get like, I feel so like they could have done a little bit more of that. Which I get, you have to fit as much as you can into a movie and everything. That's the norm. That's how it's always been. That being said, where when he comes back and everything, he already got the death sentence and everything. They carried that out. They found all this stuff. He was sentenced to lethal injection, and when he goes up to the thing, and he goes up to the cell like in the trailer. And Cletus bites him, and Venom attacks him. Just through the thing, just black sludge pushes him away, and he's like, "And he got a huge secret." And then only thing you see is he's like, "Shut up, Cletus." And he walks right out the cell, walks out the thing, and Hogan's just like, "God damn!" But he was like, "Ooh, what's this?" And he just eats it. What that was Carnage, a symbiote. And if you guys don't know about how symbiotes are made, they're made from the original one. So, since Venom was the original symbiote, Carnage is his offspring. They get birth to their thing. They're kind of like asexual. They don't need to mate with another person to reproduce. They can just reproduce on their own, kind of like plants. What happened is that the offspring always ends up being stronger than the parent. That's how it's always been with the symbiotes. Same thing with Toxin. Toxin came from Carnage. But that's for another video later. We're not gonna talk about toxin here. Not yet, at least. But back to Carnage. So during the lethal injection process, you have Cletus sitting right there. It's like, any last words? Any remorse? He felt zero remorse. Says what he needs to say, and they put the thing in him. Carnage comes through the thing and stops it. Stops the lethal. He survives the injection. He goes through, and he's just like, whap, whap, killing everyone. All the guards are being murdered, one after another. And the way he goes about killing them, it's like he goes and sticks his tongue down their throat and everything and takes up their organs. Harvests them that way and is dropped dead. Mouth gaping wide open because they're dead. Doesn't need to take over the body. And I feel so, yeah, he was a perfect match for Cletus because of all that psychotic nature that they both have and the killer instinct. They both, and the comics and the anime series, they bounded better together than they did in the movie. Flash forward just a little bit more. You just see him break out of prison. He goes and he gets his angel, Siren, and breaks her out of that facility. And Carnage and all of them make a deal in the pact because he wanted those two want to be married. And when they go, they have the wedding at the cathedral. What they do is that they also go throughout the movie. They find information on Eddie Brock. They go to his apartment to break in there, see where that person that he holds special to him is at. And Cletus, Cassidy / Carnage wanted Eddie, and Siren wanted the detective. Carnage wanted Venom. And they had a bargaining chip, which was his ex. And Dave calls Eddie. He's like, "Hey, bro, you gotta get over here quick. Yeah, you gotta go save her. They're at the thing." He pieces all together. Does what he needs to go and do. And he gets to the cathedral. When he gets to the cathedral, the battle, the whole showdown takes place. It's amazing. Like, you see them go back to back, and I'm not gonna lie, Venom took one hell of a beating. Same thing with Brock. Both of them, even when they're together, they figured out that, hey, they're not symbiotic. They're not completely paired together. So if we're able to separate them from one another, we can beat them. And they need like sound and fire. Shout out to boy Dave and everything, because he came through clutch. What he did is that he ended up using a flamethrower and a little torch and set Carnage on fire, and I thought that was so dope. And I'm not gonna lie, throughout the movie I was just cheering. I was like, yeah, one for David. He actually got a win, ish, because he would have gotten bodied. And man, Venom got impaled several times, and it felt like he was just gonna die, because that's how much stronger the offspring of a symbiote is compared to its parent. And that's how it's always been. And then from there, you see them have Siren, because before she, spoiler ahead, she also got like axed off. She got off the chopping board. They cut her off, killed her before she hit the ground and died, because Carnage didn't really like her, threatened to kill her multiple times throughout the movie. She fired a sound wave at him, and it was able to pull them apart. And then Cletus hits the ground, and Carnage is trying to get to him, trying to save him and everything, because for a symbiote, they need a host in order to live. That's how it's always been. They're symbiotic creatures. If you just have a symbiote there without a host, it dies, because it can't thrive on its own. That being said, Venom comes out on top with a W, and man, oh man, all the stuff that got leaked out about Venom, it, like, towards the end of the movie where they find out who he is and all that stuff, he couldn't go and return back to the thing. He had to leave. Wherever Chaos well, whenever Brock goes, there's always chaos. That's how it's been, and it's pretty dope. I like it. I like how they have the rugged character. It shows tribute to the comics and the whole comics and lore for him. It's pretty cool. And then at the end, what I thought was pretty cool that they dropped an Easter egg. You guys need to stay at the end of the movie in the theater so you guys do not miss the Easter egg. I'm telling you now, if you do not want to be spoiled for Spider-Man No Way Home, get out this video now before I get into that part. Do it now. Okay? Hopefully you guys can progress further in the video. But Venom and Eddie are talking on the beach and everything. And you see him just like toes in the sand, Venom. He's enjoying it. To get back to the room, looks like they're in the Bahamas or Panama somewhere. And only thing you see is them talking. It's like, yeah, you have a bunch of stuff. You have a bunch of secrets that you're not telling me. And it's like, oh, you already know. I know different vast realities that you wouldn't even fathom. And that just pays tribute to the lore of the symbiotic race, how they all came into existence, Thrawn, all that stuff, the black sword, the symbiotic sword, and then the Celestials. It all ties into one another and everything, and you'll be able to see more of that when you watch the Eternals that comes out and Spider-Man No Way Home. There's like, he's like, I will show you, and I was like, oh, is he gonna show him like the symbiote lore? Are we gonna see Thrawn for the first time? Man, that's so epic. It's kind of sketchy though. I don't know how you want to do that. And boom, I was not expecting that at all. The room shook, like just shook everywhere, and you're like, oh no. And then all of a sudden they're in a different area. It's like, where are we? What happened? What did you do? He's like, I don't know. That wasn't me. We didn't do that. And they flash forward the news, and it's a Daily Bugle. You know who? Oh my god! And I looked and I was like, oh my god! They are bringing him into the movie. I don't know what part of Spider-Man No Way Home that they're bringing Venom into, but he's gonna be in the movie, so it's gonna be a jam-packed action. Like, oh my god, just greatness all around Marvel. You cannot go wrong with that, unless they're Fox. But yeah, we don't talk about Fox because they fucked up Fantastic Four. Speaking of which, you're gonna be doing a Fantastic Four reboot. Gosh, I can't even say the word right half the time. Later on down the road in the coming years. But yes, with Marvel as a whole, man, they are outdoing themselves this year. I mean, we're just getting gifts back to back. We're getting nuggets in every single movie that comes out. And what I feel so is also setting up for later on down the line is Marvel's Secret Wars. Or should I say Avengers Secret Wars 1 and 2. I'll get to that in a different video. But yes, at the end of this movie, it says he will return Spider-Man No Way Home. And I was just like, oh, he's like, and then Venom looks just like, this dude, yeah, he looks tasty. And I was like, oh, they're gonna face off like they did in the comics. So I'm really stoked for that. I cannot wait for that. And also a little nugget that they did, a little Easter egg, is the detective that's in there. If you have read the Venom lore, he is supposed to get the toxic symbiote for Carnage. And in the movie, yes, no spoiler, Cleus Cassidy does get killed off, which I was a bit against, just because you shouldn't have killed him off. You should have kept him and reincarcerated him. And then there should have been some strand of Carnage somewhere. And then Carnage should have given birth to Toxin. That's how that should have all went, but I feel as though they want to go a different route, which, okay. And it looks like that siren chick probably took over the detective and everything with the blue eyes. I could be wrong, I could be right, but we'll stay tuned if they do another Venom and everything. I really hope Tom Hardy does another Venom. Please, we need Venom 3. We need another Venom. I cannot stress that enough. But Whew, overall, that video was over 9,000. I cannot say it even more than that. The whole video, 9,000 over that power level. It just broke the scouter. Like, it was phenomenal, and I loved every aspect of it. But let me know what you guys thought about Venom 2 down below. Leave a like, and make sure you guys turn on all notifications so that way you guys do not miss anything that comes on the channel. And make sure you guys subscribe as well. It's for free. YouTube does say that over 50% of you guys that are watching are not subscribed. So what you doing? You're helping the community get better, help it get stronger, help it get faster, and you help content get out more. But you guys are awesome, and thank you for the love and support. Ron Harris and I greatly appreciate everything you guys do, and we will catch you guys in the next video. And if you guys want to see more Marvel content be covered, comment down below as well. Luminous 24 out.